Today I want to talk about some takeaways I had from Ryan Day's press conference earlier this Friday morning, and all that's coming up after the bumper.
Don't be cornering me. Hold up. Time. You gotta help me with that corner shit.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always college football related, sports related. We have a good time. Today, I want to talk about Ryan Day's press conference today, where we learned quite a bit, and I'm always amazed at just how open some coaches can be, and he is really cool about being open. So at the top of the list, I think, is Greg Mattison, who is retiring at the end of the month. That means that Ryan Day is going to be in the market for a defensive coach. Wasn't sure that was going to be a linebackers coach. We'll see what it is. Didn't really say that they want to get somebody that wants to help them get better at that one high safety look, because they ran some two high safety looks, but everything's on the table for them because they need to be multiple, just like the offense. And I think most people get that. Thing I thought was interesting is just how much Ryan Day said he loved Greg Mattison and what he has done for them in just 2 years, and how he leaned on his expertise, having been around for so long. Not many coaches get to a place where they can retire. Sometimes they get retired. And shout out to Greg Mattison, who lost all of 2 games at Ohio State. One was Fiesta Bowl, one was National Championship. That's pretty doggone good. Another takeaway I had is, would Ryan Day go into the transfer portal to go get a player? Now, he's 3 for 3. They don't do it a lot. They don't do it as much as others have. But Jonah Jackson, Justin Fields, Trey Sermon, all hitters, all winners. If he did decide to go in there, it'd be interesting to see. But I don't think he's going to go in there and get a quarterback, if that's where people are leaning. I know that there was this thing earlier in the week where people wanted to believe a Malik Willis rumor, but I doubt it. I just don't see that happening. I see Kyle McCord, CJ Stroud, and Jack Miller getting the opportunity to lead the Buckeyes come September in what I think is going to be an outstanding season, a season in which they are really a quarterback away. So to that end, he spoke a little bit about Stroud and Miller, and neither one of them really separating. And one of the things I thought was important that he brought up is there are 7 or 8 games in 2019 where Justin didn't play the second half, right? And there were lots of snaps to be had there. That didn't happen so much this year. You didn't play nearly as many games. Both Miller and Stroud are very much in a battle. I expect it to go all the way up to September, though Day said if one guy separates and that dude has won the job, that's what it's going to be. It's also going to be interesting with spring ball approaching, because the schedule is just going to be different. We're going into what's probably going to be a full year of the dead period with no recruits on campus. You also are giving your kids and your staff some time away. You'll get them back. You'll quarantine. You'll go through your strength and conditioning, and then you'll figure out what your spring is going to look like. But and as far as CJ Stroud and Jack Miller, I expect they'll be good, man. If you watch tape of both of those guys, they both have the skill set to lead at Ohio State. And I know that there are lots of folks, according to the poll that I posted in the community tab on Twitter and Instagram, that all believe that CJ Stroud's going to be the guy. But I don't think that Jack Miller was an earlier commit for no reason, right? I think there's something to that. And I know that there's a few people already that believe that Jack Miller has a better opportunity than many people think, but it feels like CJ Stroud is there for a reason as well. He was a late add as well, because as his recruiting picked up with the opening, you saw the arm talent, you saw the way that he was able to really just let it go and can move around. Feels like a Justin Fields light. So there's that. I thought that one of the things that was really interesting that he pointed out was the reason why guys like Chris Olave, Thayer Mumford, Haskell Garrett, and Antoine Jackson might return was interesting, in that the NFL is not interested in developing you all that much. They're paying you to play, right? I think there's something to that, but I also think you didn't bring in a 4- or 5-star guy to develop him a whole bunch, though the redshirt year helps, right? You know you got him 5 for 4 or just 3, right, if they're that good. But I think that cuts both ways, and I think when you're doing the business of should you go or should you stay, quite literally, I would base it on what does your NFL draft grade say? Does it say you should jump to the early entry, or does it say stay in school? Because if you got to stay in school, there's a reason why you got one. Why not just go ahead, finish it out, maybe pick up a master's if you graduated early, and see if you can't have one more great year of college football, unless you can go get your money. Because if you can go get your money, you know that I want you to go get your money. Because It's paper, baby. It's dollar bills here. We need to make the currency go. You know what I mean? Currency is not just a wrapper. I need it in my pockets. I need the greenbacks. Another takeaway I had was leading up to the national championship game, he just kind of said in passing, they practiced in pads exactly one day between Clemson and Alabama. That's remarkable, right? That's what COVID had done. They had to change like practices to walkthroughs. They had to figure out who was going to do what. They had contact tracing all the way up to the national championship game. And then an interesting question was asked in which I thought his answer was also interesting. The question was, what's the gap between Alabama and Ohio State winning the national championship and where you're at right now? And Day said, it's a lot closer than what it would have been if we didn't play, which I'm like, yeah, okay, no, that checks out. That checks out. The only way to get better at playing football is to play football. So just playing the games helps you develop, and I get that as well. I think that's interesting. Do I think that having Trey Sermon for the rest of the game would have helped them? Not really. Having a healthy Tommy Togiai? Not really. Like, Alabama was just that team this year. It was their year. We'll see if it's Ohio State's year this year or the next. Though 2022, 2023, I think those are the windows right now for them. Another takeaway that I had was Haskell Garrett is a dude. The dude had COVID in the summer and then got shot in the face and then took a late surge, intercepted a pass on the goal line as a defensive tackle. There's a reason why there's a lot of people that are buying all the stock in Haskell Garrett they can get. And I think a bunch of it has to do with his toughness. Just absolute toughness. And if you got that guy in your trenches, you're going to be better, right? So you got dudes coming back. I also thought it was interesting that the 14 early enrollees are, basically going through the process right now. Quarantine, nobody's going to be on campus, but they're going to be there. They're going to be there in time to get in, mix weight room and figure some things out, just how strong you are, how strong you're not. But a lot of those guys haven't played football for months, over a year now, right? And probably won't have played football, like meaningful football, for 18 months, which is remarkable. And I know that they can't wait to play again. I know that Buckeye fans can't wait to see them play again. That's going to be wild once they get going, because I really like that 2021 class. It's funky, it's nasty, it's fun. I mean, you got 14 early enrollees, my goodness. And all those dudes are hitters. Yep, you're going to be good. You're going to be good. Last thing that I thought was interesting to bring up is they said they did not have a bunch of scholarships available. They're pretty tight. They got a healthy roster. They like their roster. They've done a great job identifying talent, and they want to develop from within. I'm sure if there's a JT Tuimoloau that is wanting to go, though, they'll turn down nothing but their collar. All right, last thing I want to get at is your boy got a copy of NCAA 14. If you didn't check it out on the community tab, shout out to the local community, because I read a comment after telling y'all I couldn't get NCAA 14, but I had the PS3 and I was feeling kind of hurt about it, that I just called my local GameStop. So I decided to call my local GameStop and shout out to my homie, right? Because, dude, I started out with, yo, man, I have a stupid question. And my stupid question is, do you have NCAA 14? He said, what system? I said, PS3. He said, let me check. They didn't have it in the store, and they didn't have it in a 50-mile radius. I said, damn. He said, let me check in the nation. Let me check the whole catalog of GameStops across the country. Not a single copy. There's not a single copy of NCAA 14 to be had in the entire country of GameStops. What are we doing? That's how much people have wanted this game, and that's how hard the game is to find. That's why you're seeing it go for $250, $220, $200 on Amazon and eBay. It's impossible. And yet, the homie said, yo, man, you might try For the Win in Pryor or Claremore. I live in Tulsa. So I was like, cool, appreciate the tip. Call up the one in Claremore. I told her I had a stupid question. She said, cool, I'll help you out, whatever it is. You got NCAA 14. She said, let me check. She said, no, we ain't got it, but you might check the one in Pryor. I said, cool. I called up the one in Pryor. Dude said, we got it. Huh? He's like, yeah, we got it on PS3. I don't know how we have it. I've only seen this game 3 times in 4 years. And for $60. I said, can you hold it? He said, yeah, I'm going to hold it for you, homie. I got you. So I got in the truck and I went 45 minutes in one direction to go get the game. And now we got it. And I'm going to hit up the college football revamped. I'm going to try to figure that part out, upload the rosters. I put a poll out asking if people wanted to see a Dynasty, like, weekly video. I don't know if we'll stream it or not, but, like, I don't want to waste anybody's time. I'm not a big fan of watching somebody else play video games. Like, I'm just not. I know that there's Twitch. I know that there are people that do it. But I've thought, is there anything more self-indulgent than asking other people to watch you play video games, especially if you're not any good? Like, if you're good, I think that's different, right? You're a professional. We all love to see people who are professionals be good at that thing that they do. Like, we all desire that. But I haven't played NCAA in quite literally 12 years, right? Because, like, there's this whole bit where, yeah, it's a different story. But I haven't played NCAA in years, right? So the idea of being able to get this game right now, I feel blessed. I feel blessed. But if you want to see me play video games, please check me out in the comments below, and we'll see if we can't get that figured out. All right, that's it for me. Deuces.